And we are back. And it's currently the 1st of April, so
Your codex has been updated
April
with a new
Fools,
test.
everyone. Yeah, this is the anniversary gift for the 4th year that the game has been in open beta, I guess. We'll check it out later. That Siandana. Is there anything of interest here? Some stuff, maybe. Let's go check our dojo. Unless there's something time sensitive here. Not seeing anything. Except maybe that one, but it does not look like it's about to be resolved anytime soon. It's a rank 7 Coast clan. Completed on Great Hall. Next in a straight hallway into reactors. And we might be able to start the next ascension ceremony at the altar. Yeah. Right, so I think I'm supposed to head over this way. And start building a cross intersection here. Unless... No, I need to grab this first. And there's only 2 doors, so it's not going to serve us as the cross connector. And this one I need to build because of how large some of the rooms are that I need to craft. Build here. Which is also the reason why I had to build that extended corridor. Previous session, this one here. Because we could not make the obstacle course or the observatory or the dueling room all fit next to this temple honor. So yeah, what do we have in store tonight? I'm guessing we'll be running that sculpture hunt, of course, naturally, because why would we not? And then, when that's finished, we might be taking a look at that
A new quest
invasion.
is available in your codex.
And if we are going sculpture hunting, then I'm going to take the cat with me, because there's a chance that it's a derelict mission, and if it is indeed a derelict mission, then the cat can give us some mutagen samples while we are there. And I don't think there's anything that I haven't yet modded in that I needed. Forma might be ready, so let's claim that and start crafting the other one. Does this Rusalka actually give us anything that we need? Terravandal blueprint or strong rate receiver. terribly interested in that. Invasion. Yeah, I think I have it crafted ready. I have a very certain feeling that I do have the strong raid ready. Yeah. And because we had the Teravandal blueprint as well, then we're not going to be running that invasion. At least I don't think we are. But yeah, the April Fool's Day. You've been well following this gameplay series for a while. You might know that I have a position of power in a multiplayer game on the internet, which means that I can actually develop it further by adding more content and stuff like that. Basically, I have admin powers there. So I did a release on the 1st of April that altered some of the game features, and in the informative post about it on the Game Info channel I included something of a April Fool's trick. I'm not sure if people bought it or not. There usually are some of the more skeptical people who are pretty aware of April Fool being a thing.
Use the synthesis scanner to track the creature.
But the gist of it was that in the game, where if your character dies, you need to do this afterlife maze to find your soul parts in order to normally resurrect from the dead. And you can circumvent this maze if you are willing to spend some divine favors you have acquired by sacrificing stuff for the gods. But you can also manually go through the maze and match with the soul parts. So basically my April Fool's trick was to tell the players that if they manually go and collect their soul parts, they're going to be gaining a tiny experience rate boost to their characters for the rest of the day. Which has a 5% bonus per soul part they collect, and there are 2 soul parts to collect. So it's entirely possible that some players will have bought the lie and are now manually going through the frustrating maze instead of doing the shortcut and just spending some divine favors to get out of there. Because the soul parts, you can resurrect without them, but you'll be losing more experience than normal. With the soul parts you only lose 25% of your current experience that you have spent. So the April Fool trick was that if you manually look for the soul parts, you mitigate the explos entirely, and in addition to that you gain a boost for the rest of the day to your gaining rate, which is not too OP enough to pay an outrageous lie, and it's something that people can actually believe to be true, which is, in my opinion, good for the believability score of a lie. But it's not too outrageous, there's some truth involved. That's basically what I'm involved with this year. detective mods. So I should probably stop messing around and just finish the mission. And yeah, the April Fool's update for that game is the reason why I've taken a short break from the Warframe recording. Because I needed to investigate some stuff before I touched the code and possibly broke everything. Because the update was to change some of the Warlock spells into psionic disciplines instead of being normal spell point cast spells. And basically that means going through the spell code per spell that gets affected by the change and seeing if there's anything in there that stops functioning after the change. And then I need to add some support for some of the psionicist abilities that are in the game to actually benefit those spells in question. And basically I need to test a lot of stuff to see that it actually works as intended. Because changing an entire group of Warlock spells into psionic disciplines has some effects that cannot be described as being tiny. Because it basically gives them more blasting power, because when they run out of spell points they can then start spending their psionic points to continue blasting with offensive spells. And I need to consider the game balance as well, because suddenly they are able to blast longer without having to take a regeneration break. And because if you choose the right psionicist backgrounds for your character, you can get a significant boost to your psi strength stat. And because I made a change to the power code in the Warlock Guild, that the psionic disciplines now benefit from the psi strength stat. Then if you actually have psionic backgrounds for your character and go fully psionic with it, then it will be powerful in comparison.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire.
Want it to be game-breakingly good, because even if you go fully psionic, you can still use the normal spells. Because intelligence and wisdom both give spell points and psionic points. But Constitution also gives psionic points. So you can possibly end up with a huge reservoir of psionic points. You have high stats. That is in addition to the normal spell points that you have. And basically the 3 spells that I touched so far all had a, before I touched them already, some sort of linkage with psionic points. You got a feature where casting them, which would spend your spell points, would have a secondary cost of depleting your psionic points, and if your psionic points became low enough, the spells would do lower damage. Better minus 50% or minus 66%, depending on the spell.
Look what we just uncovered. Extraction is now
That's one of the
available.
reasons why I decided to go fully psionic with those spells instead of maintaining their hybrid status. Because we only had one psionic guild in the game, basically a character class, which is not surprisingly the Scions. The Scions had a
Excavator
number of
deployed. Protect
fixed
the
item
unit
drops
while
in
it
the game
extracts
that
the
gave
artifact.
psionic
An
related
artifact
stats
has been located. Proceed to the dig
to the
site.
wearer, such as psionic point regeneration and psionic spell point max. And some boost to size strength and bonus to telekinetic abilities and stuff like that. And those items were not that popular with the players because only one guild benefited from those. And now if I'm sticking on with the change, then it's possible that oh, fuck you. Why did you have to die so far away? Why do you have to extract before we get the relics?
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire. The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site. Dig complete. Your hard work has just been rewarded.
I can sense myself going into a deep focus mode when I start to actually concentrate on the game itself rather than narrating. My thoughts out loud. So I sort of find myself being distracted by what I was talking about. And that was a horrible sound.
Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. The scanner has picked up the target. Go to the dig site.
Well, looks like we're getting one relic. Chance of getting that one. I needed that one. Why can't I see the sparks?
Excavation complete. Look what you found.
Looks like intensive. So we got trapped on by the RNG. think we got 2 link shields, which is pretty awesome. And I can actually level these ones up while I still my old low level link shields mods available for companions that cannot actually equip them that easily, the higher level ones. I don't think we leveled up that much in that mission because it was a pretty brief one. But yeah, 1 level here. Is there something that I want to actually equip? If nothing else, then this. Yeah, I guess that's the maybe the optimal choice. The weapons
Tenno,
are
a
still
new
at low
alert
level.
has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
This mission is probably better for relics, in the sense that we can get some meso relic from this one, even though this is not the fastest choice, I guess. There's a, I think it was a corpus mining mission where it's possible to get meso relics as well, but usually it's not very popular until it's solo it because there aren't any other players running it.
Has been compromised. Defend
And
the cargo until
the mining with
reinforcements
corpus
arrive.
units is not something that I enjoy that much. Because nullifier bubbles are pretty painful in it, because if you're playing with the frost and you use the snow cloak to protect the excavators against ranged attacks, because of course you should do that because the corpus are just plain evil and keep shooting your extractors from afar. Then what these kamikaze nullifiers do is they run next to your extractor and their bubble will destroy your snow globe. I guess I could shoot a few shots with this here as well. But it's actually a pretty good zoom on this pistol. My birthday is actually going to be this month. And I feel old. It's something that I've noticed that happens when you get older. You start to feel that you're older as well. Even if you don't have really that many interesting life experiences in your life so far. I'm still mentally a teenager. I've grown big but not really matured to be old enough. I mean, I still take responsibilities from stuff. I can blame others for my shortcomings and mistakes and but seeing how I'm recording a computer game for the internet to possibly watch, I don't feel that old. But then again, when I think about how I feel about some other stuff, like actually young people,
Keep fighting.
then I definitely
Another
feel old.
opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Like, what's up with the youngsters these days? Jeez. I hope I didn't. They didn't like you and subscribe to the same podcast. But it's the damn truth. I don't like it. I agree with it. Truth is a subjective thing. If I stay here, I should be able to cover half the map, I suppose. And I think touching my name will be enough for the normal enemies to perish. The Ember were to stay on the other side. Then I could possibly zoom through these waves. Because the enemy would be killed by your abilities pretty much the moment they spawn. I wonder if that death human can survive. The main man does look like it. I think that the enemies gain 1 level for each wave we stay here. And the obvious difference between the Ember's World in Flames and my maiming ability is that the World in Flames can retarget targets hurt, but the maim only does this bleeding proc once per target per main. So unless you want to restart the ability, it won't trigger once per target. But it will trigger on every target inside the area at the same time. Or possibly at the same time. Whereas the Ember's Welding Flame will, I think it targets 3 targets at once.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
I wonder if this gun breaks when the cat forces my attacks to crit. Because this one does not have a critical multiplier. Yeah, now that I leveled to 25, my main got upgraded again, so it should do slightly more damage now. Which we probably cannot see yet, because the enemy units also leveled up, which gives them more point max. What the possible? But yeah, one of the other reasons why I choose to play this level for now is the chance of gaining Oxym from the Oxymos Brazier. They're wave 5. I'm wondering if I can't even hear the Octavia music because I've disabled music from the game. It's entirely possible that disabled music keeps me hearing their sick beats. Yeah, they seem to be taking 60 damage per bleeding tick now. I think it was 44 before we leveled up. so that's a possibly 1/3 of an increase. Yeah, remember levels are just extracted this way.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
But we got 2 relics. Good amount of oxygen, so I can't really complain. And we are, of course, leveling up our gear still.